Michelle is a musician with albums released as Everyone Except Me and artist behind the post-apocalyptic webcomic Stray Cats. She's kind, a bit shy, and furiously creative. Henrique is a filmmaker with over 24 films and TV shows as producer, director, and occasionally host. He also released a couple of music albums. He's bombastic, larger than life, and tenacious almost to a fault. Together, they've been best friends for a decade. This show is awkward.
All right, I'm recording. I feel like I'm legally obligated to tell you that.
Thank you.
Although in the state of Ohio, we're a single-party consent state.
Oh.
So that means that, like, if I'm at your house and I decide to, like, invite a bunch of people over and order pizza, as long as I'm okay with it, then we can have a party, because only I have to consent to the party.
Oh. That sounds weird.
It doesn't make any sense, really.
Yeah.
But as long as you get a decent lawyer, like, it's going to hold up.
Cool. Okay. I'll know for next time.
But no, because Pennsylvania, I think, is a single party consent state.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You don't know if your state's a single party consent state?
No.
Do you actually know what a single party consent state is?
I don't know right now.
So single party consent means that that, like, if you're on the phone with somebody, you can record the call as long as one person on the call is aware that it is being recorded.
Right. So as long as you were aware that you were recording it, which
yes.
you are.
Which sounds like, it's funny because whenever I tell people that, they're like, well, duh. And then I'm like, no. What that means is that you can't record two people on the phone that you're not in the conversation with. It's protecting you from wiretapping.
Yeah.
It's actually a very important law.
Yeah.
But two-party consent states are really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And there are only 12 of them.
Huh.
But there are lawsuits being filed against some of those states because journalists are claiming that prevents them from trying to catch people in corruption and stuff when you can't record calls or conversations.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So, like, if you're sitting in a room with somebody, you can't record them unless they're aware that they're being recorded.
Right.
But if you're, going somewhere to bust somebody for being, I don't know, corrupt or, scamming people or something, you want to be able to record them.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Two-party consent states are California, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. Oh, Pennsylvania and Washington.
Okay. Now I know. I can't record people?
You can, as long as both of you know.
They're not going to want me to record them.
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm in Ohio, so
oh man,
it's single party here. Fuck you, I'm recording you. Wait, damn it. I mean, what?
I consent. I don't know.
God there you go. It. Everything's been ruined. It's all been destroyed. That is so weird that Pennsylvania is a two-party consent state. Weird. That's really weird. I mean, I think it's weird that any state is a two-party consent state, but it, like, makes sense. California is because it's just a pile of garbage.
Right.
Like, so I'm like, oh yeah, of course, and if the law was like, yeah, if your dog is a certain amount cute, you have to throw it in the ocean and let it drown. I'd be like, yeah, it's California. Nothing makes sense and it's kind of evil. So whatever. But, no, so I wanted to talk to you in particular, Michelle.
Hmm?
About something that I feel like neither of us know anything about.
Okay.
Because when I put it that way, this doesn't sound like it's going to go well. But no, I just got off of a really, really hard, long job. And I just worked myself to the bone, and the entire way through I was really depressed.
Yeah.
Because my morale was just super low. I was feeling really unappreciated, but I still had to put in, 12, 13-hour days. And I know, since you've known me, you probably, I'm guessing that there's a cycle. I mean, not as bad as it was just now, but there's a cycle of like, oh yeah, now Henrique has to work, every day nonstop for X amount of time.
Right.
That happens a lot in order for me to finish projects and stuff. So I'm sure you're used to it to some extent, but this one was extra brutal because emotionally was like the biggest battle.
Yeah.
I was like really sad, and it was making me sadder as I went. And not all of that is because like I was being mistreated or anything. It's just poor communication, and being bummed out and stuff like that. So I'm still like on the mend from it. I've been off. This is the third day since it was done. And I did do some work today. I tried to take 2 days off just because I felt like I probably desperately needed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a long build for me to ask you.
Yeah.
How does one relax? Because I don't actually know.
Oh God, why would you ask me that?
Because you're one of the only other people I know who I think is so bad at relaxing. Like, I mean, I I can relax. I can do things that I find enjoyable, but when it's time to like knowingly relax, I don't know what to do. You know, like when it's like, well, you just worked really hard and you made good money and now it's time to relax and enjoy yourself. I'm like, what?
So you mean just work some more? Relax?
But the problem is if I work some more, eventually I start to get close to burnout, which is really scary.
Yeah.
Especially for me, since I'm the boss. So if I burn out and let everything crash, no one catches it.
Yeah.
You know? So I do feel, it's weird. I feel obligated to have like a fun time every now and then, because otherwise it could all, fall apart. And I know some of that's extreme, and it's funny. This started out really light, but this is actually like really heady crap.
Yeah.
But I struggle with like, it's time to relax. And it's like, well, I mean, I've tried, going places like to a cabin. I find that pretty relaxing, but only a little. And the worst is like if I go away for a couple of days, by like the end of the second day, I'm like, I need to be back to doing things and working. Like I don't know how to relax. And like sometimes I'll get really depressed because I'm like pushing myself really hard to relax at 8:00.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, all right, it's 8:00 now, like relax. And then I just sit there and I'm like, well, fuck, what do I do? It's like, relax. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to know, what do you do? How do you relax? Do you know how?
I don't know. I mean, I think I can relax, but then I feel bad about it. So I don't know if that's relaxing or not.
That's the worst. When I take time off, like in the middle of something really difficult, like sometimes I'll be in the middle of a job that's so difficult and I just take a day off in the middle, or a half day more likely, and then feel really friggin' guilty.
Yeah. And that's
really bad about it.
We shouldn't feel like that. That's not appropriate.
Yeah, that probably not. But like I do, like so for 4 nights in a row, 5 nights in a row, 4 nights in a row, I have been saying that I am going to sit back with a big bowl of popcorn and watch Scarface. I haven't seen Scarface since I was a teenager. I'm going to sit back and watch Scarface. I know it's a good movie. I know I'll become engrossed in the story.
Right.
I have not been able to get myself to do it.
Yeah.
Like rather than do that, I'll sit on the couch and fiddle with my phone and accomplish nothing and feel like I've accomplished nothing, like even enjoying myself. I won't even feel like I enjoyed myself. And then I'll look at the clock and be like, well, it's 11:30. Am I really going to start the movie now? And then get really, really sleepy. And I'll do that too. I'll do that even though I usually go to bed at 1 or 1:30. It'll be like, you have tons of time from when you normally go to sleep. And it's like, yeah, but what if I fail?
Yeah.
I legitimately will worry about what if I fail to like watch a movie. And I don't want it to sound like I live a life of total misery. I mean, I purposefully go to the movie theater at least once a week because it gets me out of my day and it helps me enjoy myself. But yeah, I don't know. It's just so weird. I wonder how people relax.
I think they like go to the bar or they like drink some beers or something. I think that helps, or like they smoke stuff. But I will say, like, I do try to, like, towards the end of the day, like, have a hard cutoff. Like, I'm going to be done whatever I'm doing by 8 o'clock. And I'm going to, like, try to, watch something that I want to watch kind of deal.
Yeah, try to do something nice unless Henrik hijacks your evening by calling you with a panicked emergency.
Which is okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I try to, but like, that stuff's planned too. So it's like, well, I'm going to like hang out and like watch some TV that I don't really like for like an hour, because that way I can also read manga at the same time. And then maybe I'll watch something that I want to catch up on, and I got to go to sleep.
See, that doesn't sound too bad at all.
No, but it's just like, and I guess the only way to make that work to relax that way is to make it like that it's planned kind of deal. Like the way that I like don't really watch TV at all during the day, because the last time I watched TV during the day was a really depressing time of my life. So I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But like, that's like a hard, like I just don't. So I also try to make it like, well, in the evening, like maybe I can do some things that aren't like a work thing, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, I was during this really challenging project, I was trying to do things like, you have to like sit down and eat a sandwich, and it can't be at the desk. Like you have to not. Now I was eating at the desk some of the time, because sometimes I just felt like there was no other option.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, and I have a video game I like playing, and I'd be like, you can play like 15 minutes, play like one small mission. Just do something that you supposedly like.
Yeah.
That is claimed to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I do manage to relax sometimes, but it's just, it just becomes this thing on a pedestal sometimes. The idea like, dude, just relax. You've got time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't know how. And it doesn't help that my hobby became my job. People think people that don't turn their hobby into their job, I don't think they get that like the therapeutic element can only take you so far when it's your job every day. So, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I will never trade it for anything in the world. I'm so thankful that like the thing I'm most passionate about in the world is what pays my bills the majority of the time. But I used to make movies to like strictly to laugh and to have a good time and to get it out of my head.
Yeah.
And now I want to find things to do to escape making movies.
Right.
So that I'll be better at making movies by, leaving it for a minute. I don't know. And I feel so crappy saying that, because I feel like I worry that it comes across as being like ungrateful.
I mean, I understand what you mean. I still wish I did stuff job wise that I like felt like I was good at,
Yeah.
But I did, like, when I was going to school for animation, that kind of happened. Like I was like, so like, because the things that I did, like drawing, that like made me feel better, I was doing all of the time, and I just got so burned out that I didn't draw for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that. And it really was like 10 years, wasn't it? My God, what the hell?
Yeah, you didn't draw for a while when I knew you.
Yeah, it's like such a weird thing to think about now, because I grew up like drawing like all the time. So
and you draw like all the time now.
Yeah. It's taken such a long time off, and from all of that kind of art stuff, from like comics and anime and drawing, it's so weird. Like I totally like don't understand what I was even doing during that time period. Like, I mean, I like play music too, but I don't play it all day. So like, I don't know what else was going on. Was I like just watching TV or something? Like, what was happening? So,
I mean, I know at least a small portion of it. You were listening to me complain about my life a lot. Sorry about that.
No. Oh my God.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah, but Gigs is eating tape.
Is it good tape at least?
No, it's tape made out of plastic.
Oh. Well, I mean, plastic tape's pretty good.
I guess. Maybe she's
I mean,
done.
I like it more than paper tape.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, I guess.
But gigs should probably not eat that.
Yeah.
So, well, excuse me. So your thing is you like to have like a hard cutoff that you're not going to well, obviously you can't help worrying about things, but like you'll do your best to not actively be working, to not be answering emails or what have you, or does that extend to like the comic and stuff too?
Yeah, it does.
That's smart.
And I know like it's usually like 8 or something, but like if I get really into something, I'll work a little longer. If I'm like having a good time doing something, I'll kind of push it. That's only
definitely.
If I'm like into something. If not, I stop.
Like today I was like, I'm not going to work very much, but then I started editing that video of the dogs playing in the snow that I had filmed a few weeks ago. And I spent like 2 hours cutting that together because I was having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Give me 2 seconds. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
You can't eat that. You can't eat that. I just don't want her stomach to be entirely tape.
Understood.
But yeah.
Okay, are you back? Are you good?
I'm okay, sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. But that is good though. That's smart to have a cutoff. I try to have that cutoff be around 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
I also try to, when I work really, really hard, I try to reward myself by making the cutoff like 6:30.
Okay.
Like I try to tell myself like, okay, like at 6:30 I'm done.
Yeah.
But then oftentimes I end up just kind of sitting and obsessing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I do that anyway. Like I'm really bad about like a TV show has to really grab me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to make like a huge effort. Like one of the best things about, I have this giant home cinema, with an impossibly big projector screen. And I don't watch everything on the projector. I watch most things on the TV, but when I want to sit down and watch a movie, I pull the screen down and I set up the projector and boom. One of the reasons I like that so much is it makes it harder to ignore when the picture is like, like 5 feet diagonally. Like it's just such a big part of the room, but I can still just get distracted if I'm not careful. Like I still have to like work at it. That's why I like the movie theater, because I feel like a piece of shit if I take my phone out in the movie theater.
Yeah.
So even if I'm alone, I'm like, nope, no, sir. But I don't know. I just, it's hard because like I know that I have fun. This sounds so silly. I know that I have fun working, and I know that I have fun with my friends and stuff like that. But when it feels like when I need relaxation to come, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And it feels like reliable relaxation is probably a really important part of living like a sustainable life.
Probably.
So I struggle with this. And I mean, during the brief period that I had a therapist, I don't feel like they really understood.
Yeah.
That I would like nothing more than to take time off, but I can't. I fucking hate that saying, you do what you love and you never work a day in your life. It's like total horseshit. Like it's the dumbest thing ever. I hate that saying. And whenever people say that fucking saying, I always say the same thing. I always say, that's not true. It's the reverse. If you do what you love, you work every day of your life.
Yeah.
But again, it's a blessing. And I'm honestly now, like, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm actually starting to feel really insecure about this being recorded because, well, I have this problem where I fear complaining about my job because it's a dream job.
Yeah, but you don't have to be happy all the time, or even at all, Never. You don't ever have to be happy.
I mean, you don't have to be happy ever. I mean, I would say I mostly am. I have my struggles. We all do, and a lot of my struggles are work related. But I think that that's just part of being an artist.
Yeah.
Is that most of your struggles are going to be related to your work anyway, because it's not a faucet. You can't just turn it on and turn it off, but you have to pretend you can.
Yeah.
In my business, you really do have to pretend that it's just that you're creative all the time. And I mean, I am a bit, I've really enjoyed adding the challenge of like the podcasting as well as like making movies and short films and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed that because it's kind of like, because I wake up every day and it's like, what do you do today?
Right.
And there's a list of things that need to get done, but there's like the triage is very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of days it's like you wake up and it's like, oh, well, this and this and this. And it's like, what happens if two of those things don't get done today? Not much. Like, and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't feel like I'll do a good job at that today, so I'll do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But like the podcasts have to be up.
Yeah.
At a certain time. Like both this and Weekly Spooky, it's, this show's every Monday. Weekly Spooky's every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not missed one in, 18 episodes of Weekly Spooky. And considering we're recording this right now, I think it's safe to say that I won't miss this one. So, and I enjoy stuff like that. I enjoy, knowing that I don't miss one, that I just, always do what I say I'm going to do. It's definitely helped that I have like anchors in my week. So I enjoy that. I don't know. I don't just like what I do. I love what I do. I absolutely love it. I just put out that short film, the one that my late friend Andy wrote.
Right.
And I'm really proud of it. Like,
yeah, it's really good.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm super proud of it. And I want to be out filming more stuff, but I have so much other work to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. You take over the show.
Okay. That's it. We did it.
That's smart, because if you're in charge, you could say like, that's the end of this one.
Yep, we did it.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Nice try. I don't let the shows be under a half an hour, but nice try.
Okay, you're back in charge then, I guess.
But no, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. Everything in life has like no instructions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I want to say that my biggest complaint is like, there's no instruction manual for like how to do this job, but there really isn't for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, even jobs that literally, exactly what you're supposed to do. Very few jobs are cut and dry.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do at my job ever.
Yeah. Very few jobs are that level of methodical.
Mm-hmm.
So you do kind of have to figure it out as you go along. Just like you have to figure out, being an adult. It's just sometimes it's exhausting because like every day is like a Saturday used to be, where you'd wake up and be like, now what do I do today? And it's like, if there are no errands to run, then you literally just kind of have to make it up as you go, except the stakes are super high. And if you make the wrong choices, you don't even know what choices you're supposed to make. But if you make the wrong ones, maybe you'll go bankrupt.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm being so negative. I feel really like I'm not trying to be negative. I'm actually like really happy right now. Like I'm so happy that all that stuff is over.
It's okay to like talk about stuff that is going on in your life, I guess.
I suppose. Well, what's going on in your life? How about that? Let's turn the mirror around.
I don't know. I was really scared today that they weren't going to accept my insurance card when I went to the driving test because it said no photocopies. And it's not a photocopy, but it looks like it could be one. So it was just like, this is going to be the thing. She's not going to get her license because I fucked up. I didn't even know I was supposed to do a thing, and now I have to do this thing. So I was pretty nervous.
Just a printout that you made?
Well, no, actually, I think it was sent by my insurance company, but like they stopped making them like look nice. So it was like just a piece of paper now.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's two-sided, so they don't know I have a two-sided printer. So they'll probably believe it's not a photocopy, but I don't know. So it was
They
rough.
you probably think they care a lot more than they care.
I was hoping that was true. Because like I didn't know what I was gonna do if they were like, this is a photocopy, and I'd be like, no, it's not, and they'd be like, yes, it is, and then she can't get her license, and then I have to apologize for like an hour.
The response is you say, no, it's not, louder.
Oh, okay, but then they just take me away.
No, they don't.
They might.
They might. No, they might.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Oh, and
yes.
I've also upped my anxiety medication, and it made me more nervous. So it's been a really good day.
Do you feel that it's because how long have you been on the upped dose?
This is day 3.
Okay, so I mean it's still early.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. You're sticking it out. That's what you have to do.
No, I'm not doing a good job, but thank you.
Well, I appreciate you being so candid about the the medicine and stuff. That's good. It's good to talk about stuff like that.
I guess I might as well be. So.
Well, I appreciate you got really vulnerable. It was you like shielded me with vulnerability. That was a very good friend kind of thing to do.
Oh, I'm glad. Like I don't have anything that's not vulnerable to say, so
that's true. I mean, me neither, really. And I don't know. I do appreciate what you said, and I know I'm being like way harder on myself than I need to be. I don't think anybody who's listening to this is like, oh my god, like cry about it. You make movies for a living, like everybody would kill to blah 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 blah. That's me. Is the problem. Yeah,
I know. And if there's anybody out there that's thinking that right now, stop it. You're just like, it's not a nice thing to think about someone. You need to get yourself under control.
I thought for sure you were going to be like really aggro.
No.
And then you were super constructive. That was great. No, that's hard. I guess a lot of it's probably imposter syndrome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you do that thing? I think you do. I mean, I think you've told me that you do, rather. No, I just know. I just know you and your bullshit. But I feel like I look at other adults and I just see that they know what they're doing. And like I missed that education. I missed that class. I missed that time to learn. Like I just look at somebody and I'll be like, wow, this person, is an adulty adult. And then it's like, I'm 34 years old. And I'm like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. How are you only a year older than me?
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel that way too much anymore. I do see like adults and be like, wow, they're adults and I'm not an adult kind of deal. But I know that like I've talked to my parents about it and they've been like, I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. I just do stuff. So like I think most adults don't have any idea, which is maybe scarier. So.
I find it comforting. To be honest, I wasn't going to bring that up, but you brought it up. One of the most comforting things I ever heard was that your dad feels that way.
Yeah.
When you told me your dad felt that way, because your dad, he's like, in my opinion, an extremely adulty adult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, my mom's an adulty adult too, but your dad, it's like your dad like buys houses and he's got like a job that's like a big deal thing, So to hear him feeling that way made me feel better.
Good.
It made me feel like, okay, probably everybody kind of feels this way.
Yeah.
And it makes sense everybody would feel this way because we actually don't transition from child to adult. We just are ourselves for our whole lives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that is like, that's a tough one too. Cause like I will sit here and tell you like, I'm not a very adulty adult. I just own a business and for which I mean, by all intents and purposes, I am the CEO, CFO and COO of. Like I make all the decisions, monetary, creatively and everything. Oh God, why did I say that all out loud? Where's my anxiety medicine right now? But it's fascinating to realize that, most people feel that way.
Yeah.
But it's also liberating. That's one of those things where it's nice to know that it's, not just you.
I think if we're going to talk about it that way, we probably have to cut people slack who do stupid things,
Yeah.
Because nobody kind of knows what to do. So sometimes people make mistakes and then they're like, oh man, that was dumb. But then we like yell at them about it a lot and then they're sad.
Who do you yell at? Who are you yelling at?
I guess not anyone, but you know.
No, I want to know who you're yelling at. Clearly you're yelling at people.
I don't yell at people.
Because the way you made that sound, you were like, and then we yell at them. It's like, who are you yelling at, really?
Everybody.
I try to cut everybody a little bit of slack. I have a saying, which is like, that they have like parents. Like when somebody's being a real like jerk or just be doing a really bad job, I try to be like, yeah, but they got parents. Like they're a person.
Yeah.
They're probably doing a bad job and they can't help it, or they're having a really bad day. Like why would I be doing such a bad job? Mm-hmm. Unless you're a politician, in which case, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, just fuck you. Oh, you're having a bad day? Fuck you. You wanted this. Go to hell.
Yeah. I even get that, though, which is upsetting.
Oh, you're one of them.
Like, people are like, I want to change the world. And then they realize that, like, the way that things are set up, it's not, you can't just go, like, I did a thing and everything's better. And then they go, oh, wait, this job is really great. How do I keep this job forever? And then
it's by killing as many people as you can.
Exactly. So they just do whatever they need to do to keep that job forever. Kill people.
And ironically, not people who can vote for them or ever could vote for them either.
Yeah,
it's just, I mean, or against them. It's just people.
Just some people.
This is as close to political as this show will ever get.
Yeah,
so, I hope people are taking it in.
Thanks for listening. You can email us at thisshowis awkward@gmail.com or go to awkwardshow.com or whatever. See you next time.